joined Islamia because I'd heard they were looking for Muslim teachers. A school was going to be started by Yusuf Islam, and they were looking for Muslim teachers. At that time, Cat Stevens and Yusuf Islam was sort of very much, very popular, especially abroad. And for me, it seemed such a fantastic opportunity if I could be part of this community. And alhamdulillah, that was the start of my long career with Islamia.
I was invited, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, by Brother Yusuf Islam to join Islamia schools at a time whereby I decided I would never work for Muslims again. It sounds a little bit terrible, but what happened? My decision was working with the Muslim community is very hard. People like me, they wanted to do the work, but when it comes to looking after you, it's fi sabilillah ya Sheikh. So I said to many of them that fi sabilillah will not be sufficient for my wife at home, where she have children to look after this and that. So the day I decided to leave the Muslim working and inshallah work with another organization and do my job thereafter, I was invited by Brother Yusuf Islam to join Islamia schools, and that was at the end of August '94. And alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, after a lot of discussion and debate, I joined Islamia in 30th '94.
My name's Samia. I'm currently the Year 3 teacher. I actually came to this school as a student, so I spent my primary school here in the Islamia Primary School, and I also came here for high school as well. And then I graduated, I became a teacher, and this is my first year training as a teacher in Islamia School.
Very early days indeed. We were at number 8 Bronsbury, which is now the Bronsbury College for Boys. At that time it was just a lovely house, a big house, which Yusuf had bought for starting the school. And we had about, I think, to start with about 8 children, 10 at the most, I think. And when I joined the school, it was ready to become 2 classes. So I took the 2nd class and moved it up. So 30 children in total.
The people at that time, mashallah, had a great spirit. Why I say that? Because teachers were earning a third less, and in some cases half of the salary of people earning outside. But yet, with that low kind of income, and you can imagine somebody who was earning £25,000 outside coming to this school and earning about £12,000. Why? Because he's eager to serve the Muslim community. Okay? And that gave me the hope that those people who were working at that time, they were really keenly working, not really to serve themselves, but to serve the community. If they said we are doing it fi sabilillah, they really meant it. They used to come early and leave late. They used to work so hard, and this is why the school became successful. And there is nothing to stop them doing the job at that time.
The memory, I still have memories, the same feeling, same environment. Nothing's really changed, apart from the fact that it's now a 2 form-entry school, which is the only difference. I still have that same warm feeling that I've always had when I used to come here as a student myself.
It was in fact sort of a very new idea to have a Muslim school for Muslim children in London, and there were Catholic schools, Jewish schools, so therefore why not Muslim schools? And it was an opportunity for us to establish ourselves, but to do that it was very much hard work. People were not open to the idea. In fact, we had a lot of difficulty and opposition from our own community, because they felt that this was not necessary. Why can't we make the state schools, public sector, better? And we said no. We were working from the background of that. No, we need our own identity as a school, and our children to benefit from this kind of school, where we were prepared for it not to be just a school, but one that would encompass the national curriculum as well as our own ethos. So that was one kind of idea that hadn't been mooted yet. So it was absolutely essential that we carry on and work very hard throughout the opposition and work towards achieving that. And we did 11 years later.
Those were magnificent efforts. Some were maybe hard, some were difficult, some were maybe extreme in their ways, depending upon the people who are working here. And we had everybody. If you can remember, in that time when I arrived and I sat in the Shura Council as the spiritual director of the school, we had every Muslim group, maybe leader, sitting in the council. And the first thing I realized that these people we're leading the community outside, and mashallah, the school is benefiting by having them working within. And those people were giving 100% to make sure the school will achieve its goal, which is producing those noble human beings. The only thing I thank Allah for, that we should work together. From the point of view that Islam is about oneness. The oneness of Allah cannot be manifested in us unless we as a community stand together. Knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanding us in the Quran that indeed your nation is the one nation. And I am your Lord, though, okay? Or that way you should worship me. And also do not dispute with one another, then you fail. And then the faith you have in your heart will be diminished or destroyed. So from that point of view, I worked hard to tell everybody, look, forget about which direction you are taking, which direction you come from, what you have it for yourself. Let us work together to make those children in the school love one another, because through that love, then there will be a production of fantastic outcomes. And alhamdulillah, when I look at the first graduates who graduated in 1995, and on this stage behind me, 1995, the first group of Islamia girls who finished their GCSEs or exams at that time, graduated from Islamia. Today, some of them are working with us in the school. Some of them, their children are in the school here with us, mashallah, in year 3, year 4. Some are outside doing wonderful jobs, working in hospitals, working in accountancy firm, in law firms, in civil servant jobs around the country. And when I look at them, I'm not really looking at the title of the job they are holding. I'm looking at their interaction. Have we succeeded? I remember once Yusuf Islam asked me in one of the meetings we have, the question is being raised to me, Sheikh Ahmed, are we producing pious individuals? I said, I cannot guarantee that, but I can tell you, if a human being is someone who's truthful and honest, law-abiding, never breaking their promises and never breaking agreement, I believe to a great extent we have produced such wonderful human beings.
I always felt very strongly about the school itself, and I thought it was the right thing, because I didn't want it to become just a madrasa. It wasn't a madrasa, it was a school which was providing an excellent education for the children, and at the time, because it was so small, it provided a very safe, family-orientated environment for the children. The children were absolutely happy and content to be there and learn from their environment. Although we didn't have many resources then, money was the main issue at the time because it was so small. And with anything new, the community always is suspicious, has doubts, and to establish yourself and convince them that no, we are here to serve the community. We're not on an ego trip to please ourselves. So it was hard work. But when the community realized the good work that we were doing and how the children were thriving with us, I think that's when the whole thing changed round.
Well, when I came here as a primary school, it was situated in this building here, and it was a one-formentary school.
The school at that time was newly founded in this building here, although the school started in 1983 at number 8 Brunsbury, and then the girls' school started at Warm Lane. Then they wanted a bigger building for it. They bought this building in 91, and they moved here, 91, 92. So when I came here, it was fairly new, and mashallah, they were trying their best to give the best education to the children in the primary and the secondary girls' school. The people who were in the school were really working hard, trying their best to put something back to the community. But the job is not easy, because we as Muslims are from different countries of the world, different cultural background, and different understanding of Islam through the school of thought that taught us Islam. So they were finding it hard. I found it challenging to work together with everybody, to bring everybody to the middle and to run the school in a way whereby everybody is satisfied.
Well, alhamdulillah, Allah blessed us with a very, very good team of people that were working at the time together. And of course, there was Brother Yusuf very much at the lead of it. And he